Good morning, everybody. My name is Nick Bowden. I'm one of the founders of Mindmixer, and Mindmixer is a online citizen engagement platform. We work with about 250 communities. Many of you are in the room, which we're super excited about. But before I go into what Mindmixer is, I'm going to talk about why we started. Nathan and I, whose birthday was yesterday, are former urban planners, consultants, and we were doing tons of traditional town hall meetings. And we were really discouraged at how those town hall meetings went and the fact that cities were making really important decisions based on a small sample size of people that were actually showing up. And many of the town hall meetings we worked on looked like this, lots of old white males. And this is not uncommon, right? This is what a lot of town hall meetings look like. It's not a diverse group of people. So we said, can we take this process and put it online? Can we make it easier for people to be involved but still maintain the constructive nature? A recent study, 11.4% of people only attend more than one public meeting per year. So when people tell you the same 10 people show up to their public meetings, they're lying, it's 11. In addition, half of the country has never attended a public meeting. But yet, almost 80% of people are online and almost 90% of people are using their cell phones. So when you think about how we structure our outreach process in cities, it doesn't make a lot of sense considering where people are and how they're communicating. By dumb luck, I think a little bit of knowledge that we've gained is working. So the city of Omaha actually allowed citizens to reallocate the budget with our budgeting tool, which resulted in longer library hours based on citizen demand. The city of Barnstable, the town of Barnstable, Massachusetts, actually is now building electric charging stations on their main street that originated from a citizen idea, was supported by other citizens, and because of that support has translated to support from the government entity to actually build those. And across our 250 sites, more than 300 ideas have been implemented that range from as simple as crosswalks that were forgotten in the development process to things that are pretty grandiose in scale. So how does it work from a citizen's perspective? Right, it starts with a really simple, easy-to-use website with a very clear call to action. What are we here to do? We're here to share ideas, to support good ideas, and to create solutions. We allow you to create topics that are contextual to your community, so it's a structured conversation. It's not just a big forum. We allow people to share photos about what makes their community unique, or maybe what they want to see in their community, and then other people to tag those photos about how it makes them feel. So together between the text and the photos, you start to get this rich dialogue and diversity about how people want their community to be. And then, of course, voice and support, right? So do I like this idea? Do I love this idea? Is it okay? And then constructive feedback. So not tell me why the idea sucks and why it won't work, but how would you improve this idea? So we force people into conversing around constructive ideas. In addition, the budget allocation tool, which gives citizens the ability to fund different programs with actual constraints, money, right? So they have to think like you think as city leaders. And together all of this, right, leads to the question that everybody asks, but what about people that don't have computers? So 2 years ago, we had the opportunity to work on the Nashville Flood Recovery Plan. We used a text in and call in. We didn't know how it was going to work, and it resulted in 500 ideas in 3 weeks. So for you cities, how does this work? How do you make it work? Citizen engagement is hard. We've tried to create a program whereby it's 4 simple steps to getting started, right? Choosing the details around your project, picking a program, which is the structural element to how the conversation is going to happen, so what topics and what months at what times. Then it's drop and dragging topics, right? Questions. We've asked over 4,000 questions in all these communities. We have a lot of data about what works and what doesn't work. And picking those topics that make sense for you and make sense for the demographic within your community. And then finally, the funnest part, picking your colors, right? We have a Mindmixer orange that's pretty popular. And this obviously results in a little bit more of a custom feel to the site. So when we think about affirmation and why people come back, there's one single reason, and that's because government responds. So we give you the ability to update the status of an idea, to communicate where it stands. In addition, the city of San Francisco has probably been the best client in the ability to actually converse back with folks. So here's an example of Jessica, who's the community manager, actually conversing with citizens, saying, here's an update on this idea, here's why it's important that you're involved. So between the update of the status of the idea, which is formal, and the conversation, it's a rich dialogue. It turns out that with great data, it's actually allowing citizens to better locate their offline public meetings because they're understanding who they're not reaching online. And so the data is less about necessarily the demographics of who's participating, but more about who are we missing. And the ability to kick out cool infographics to communicate back to folks, Then finally, in summary, we talked about a lot. We've put this into one digestible, tweetable summary, right? Online engagement begins with an idea. It thrives when that idea gains support, and it sustains when ideas become solutions. So we encourage you to get involved, contribute in your own communities, and we'd be happy to talk to you. Thank you.